we can go to the next topic. Any doubt? So that much about the environmental topics. That was the important environmental topics in the month of May. Okay, month of May. Regarding the science and technology topics, the first one is satellite internet services. What is that? The name itself says that these are something related to space and related to internet connectivity. They are sending lots of satellites into the space and creating a space like a web of satellites, and they are starting to providing internet to the satellites. Okay. So IE News, Indian telecom companies Airtel and Jio signed a deal with SpaceX to bring Starlink's satellite internet service to India. Starlink is a satellite internet service provided by SpaceX. Okay, Indian telecom companies like Airtel and Jio, they signed a deal with SpaceX. That is the news. Okay. So here it is a mains topic. Mains topic. This is a pictorial representation. You can go through the pictorial representation. Nothing to explain. So, yeah. For mains topic, we have to see significance. Significance of the satellite internet connection services. Next, we have to see the challenges. Then after that, you have to see the way forward. Okay. So normal internet connectivity that is very difficult to connect remote areas. Okay, using the normal internet connectivity, cable internet connectivity is very difficult to connect the remote areas. Okay, so this particular satellite internet services can solve the issue. Okay, they can able to bridge the digital divide in remote areas, suited for unconnected areas. Okay, clear. So nearly 40% of India's 1.4 billion people still don't have internet access. This particular fact is very, very important. Nearly 40% of India's 1.4 billion people still don't have internet access, with rural areas making up most of the cases. Okay, that is one significance. Next is connectivity during disaster. Can be used as a temporary location like construction site or emergency shelter during the disaster. Like they can consider that particular site as a location points, like transmitter. Okay, or they can use moving object like aircraft, ships, trains, etc. as a transmitter to connect that particular location affected due to disaster. Okay, so connectivity during disaster is very, very important and useful in digital economy. Okay, that is common general point. And also strategic autonomy. Satellites are less prone to accidental cuts, geopolitical tensions, etc. Okay, because space is a common good. Space is a common good. Military conflict. Example, use of Starlink services in Russia-Ukraine conflicts. If military conflict arises, we can use this kind of satellite internet services. Okay. Then challenges or issues. Challenges, we can say challenges or concerns or issues. See, in mains examination, whenever they are asking questions, like they may ask challenges, what are the challenges of this particular initiatives, or they may ask what are the major concerns or what are the issues. You try to use the same word they have used in the question. Okay, in your answer writing as well. Okay, clear. So the points are almost the same, but you have to frame it in a way that in such a way that they have asked the question, right? Okay. So if they ask the challenges, then you have to mention the challenges. If they have asked the concerns, you have to mention the concerns. If they have asked the issues, you have to mention the issues. Okay. Clear. So concerns for internal security. In the wake of Pahalgam attack, NIA suspect that terrorists may have used satellite phones to contact each other and their bases in Pakistan. Okay. So the thing is, it is difficult to track. Okay, it is difficult to track. When the WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, difficult to they are using it for people are using it for terror activities. Okay, difficult to track. Okay, so without proper regulations and all, it is not easy to track. Okay, issue of data privacy and digital sovereignty will be there, and we don't know whether they will collect this data, how they will use this data, and lack of effective control. See, you have seen that Geo is a part, Airtel is a part, SpaceX is a part. All are private entities, but they are dealing with very important thing here. They have whole power, they have whole command, but they are not well regulated. This is also a new idea. So it is very important. The issues without proper regulations, it is very difficult to handle or control the private players. Okay. The lack of effective control. Monopolistic tendencies. You know what is monopoly, right? We have two food delivery platforms, Zomato and Swiggy. All of you know that, right? So this is known as duopoly. If we have only one food delivery platform, Zomato, this is known as monopoly. Okay, clear? Okay, the next concern is satellite latency. Satellite internet typically have higher latency. Okay, and latency means time taken to connect, like to transfer the data, time taken to transfer the data. Okay, for example, I'm talking from here, far away from your location. Okay, but it takes a few seconds to reach that particular sound to your location. That is known as the latency. If high latency, the technology is not that advanced. If latency is very low, the technology is highly advanced. Okay, clear? The time taken to transfer the data. Okay. Next, atmospheric changes. The aluminiums, we are using aluminiums in satellites. So aluminiums can create aluminium oxides, etc. That is a potent ozone depletion substance. Okay. And the licensing, spectrum policy, spectrum pricing, etc. is a complex issue. And other issues like space junk. We are sending almost thousands and lakhs of satellites into space. And all the satellites have expiry date. So they will become, after the expiry date, they will become space junk. So that's also a big concern. What are the way forwards? Pilot program. Okay. Conduct a pilot program and understand the positives and negatives. And comprehensive regulatory framework should be implemented in the initial stage itself. Okay. And there should be a collaboration of public player with the private operator. Okay. And hybrid model, like efficiency, in order to reduce the latency, you have to use the hybrid model. Like you have to use the cable model along with the satellite model. See, whenever you have been asked to give some kind of way forward, etc., you just brainstorm and give your ideas. Okay, it is not that important whether the idea is completely practical or not. You just brainstorm and give your idea. Some of the ideas may not be completely practical. Okay, there are geothermal, it's like geoengineering technologies to reduce the global warming, like placing mirrors in the space. Such kind of ideas, we can give the ideas, but it's not practically possible. Practically possible as of now. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that practicality of the ideas. Okay, do not tell or write the complete rubbish things and all, but give brainstorm and give new ideas. Okay. And other efforts like private prioritizing integrating rural and remote areas, stronger regional diplomatic initiatives, etc. General ideas. Okay, that's regarding the satellite internet services. Satellite internet services. Any doubt? Any doubt?